Hi, I'm Rhonda, and welcome to RB Roundtable podcast. I'll be guiding you on this exciting journey towards unlocking your true potential and achieving success. Whether you're an entrepreneur, business leader, or someone passionate about personal growth, this podcast is for you. Hi, team. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. Good morning.
Good
Morning.
How was your week so far?
It's been great anyway. Especially the strategy session we had 2 days ago. It really put a lot of things in perspective, and it's just been great so far. With the way we could collaborate with one another on various tasks, it just makes it way easier. It makes everybody understand what they have to do and what's expected of them.
Good. So today is our meeting time, right? We have some key things that we have to go through. But I think before we get started, let's do a quick icebreaker. Let's have some fun before we get started. Okay, so let's play a little game. I'm going to ask a question, and I think each person, if you could please tell me who you think is most likely to do or be in that particular question. Okay?
Great.
So the first question is, who on the team is the most creative thinker in the group? Who do you think is the most creative thinker? Claire, you go first.
I would say you probably because you come up with most of our ideas, and I like when you start to brainstorm. I can kind of see your brain working and the ideas coming together, and it's a very interesting process to see you go from one thing to another really fast and watching your brain process everything. So I'd say you're the most unique thinker out of all of us. Yeah.
Okay. Diana, who do you think it is?
I think all of us have different types of creative thinking. Like each one of us in our fields have that creativeness going around. I think.
Yeah. Nane, what do you think? Who do you think is the most creative thinker?
I would totally buy into what Diana has said, because by the time you interact with each and every one of us, you're like, oh, when did I think about that? But no man is an island anyway. So it's great that we all have our own creative thinking hats and in different faculties. So when it's time for us to collaborate, then obviously we create a masterpiece.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's all of us as well too. You guys are all experts in your own area. And when we're in our strategy sessions, when we're in our meetings or our one-on-ones, the idea that you guys come up with has been fantastic. And our clients say it as well too. So I think it's all of us as well too.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. Okay, this is a cool one. Who is the biggest coffee lover here?
That would totally be Diana.
Yeah. Totally, Diana. I'm not a coffee drinker at all.
I agree.
Diana, it's you. Diana's always saying, I had my coffee.
Guilty.
That's pretty cool. Okay, next question. Who has the best fashion sense? None?
Oh,
Who do you think it is?
None.
None,
It's totally me. It's totally me. I know when to go in all the looks, and I know when to just dress down and look. But I still look good either ways. I mean, I don't believe anyone has to step out not looking confident, because you don't know who you get to encounter every day. So you have to step out looking the part, ready to go.
Yeah.
I agree, right? This year, as you guys know, our previous guest, Nadine, she's also my stylist as well too. She keeps me together on my photo shoots and in real life. Right. And I think this year I really made a little bit of a change, which has been good. But Nona, I'm always peeping over on your side as well too to see what you're doing. So I'll be hitting you up with some ideas as well too. I have a few ideas in my head.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, Nugget, we might have to go toe to toe, because I'm always voted best dressed most of the time. So Nonia, I might have to see what you're wearing, and we can see what I'm wearing, and we can take some notes from each other.
Yeah, I like that. Listen, I think you know what? Let's plan a team photo shoot. No,
Sure.
That would be amazing.
I think we should. Okay. We're going to do a team photo shoot for sure. Next question is, who is most likely to be found at a music festival?
No, totally from there.
I am going out tonight So very, very on brand for me. After this, going out with my friends of the town. So I'm guilty as charged.
It's you. We're living vicariously through you because every time we have a meeting and you say that you are going out, we know it's some kind of music or dancing, which is good.
Yeah. I love to dance. I will admit it. Going out and dancing is my favorite thing to do. So I will do it for everybody, and I'll do it hard.
I love it. Okay, so getting to know us, our last question is who's most likely to have an interesting celebrity, a story about a celebrity encounter?
Rhonda.
I actually have a celebrity encounter story.
You do?
Two
Let's hear.
celebrities, actually. So this celebrity is really famous now, but when I met her, she wasn't too famous. It was when she first started making music. Her name is Sabrina Carpenter. You may not know her, but she sings a song that goes, "That's the me espresso." So you may have heard that one. And I got to meet her when I was 12, so maybe about 7 years ago. And the one thing I can remember is she smelled very, very nice. And that will stick with me forever. She smelled lovely, like flowers, and she was really short. So it was a really nice experience. And she said she liked my hair. And that same day, I also met the guy who sang, "Oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader." But she's a little bit more exciting because now she's really big and famous. So I feel like I could put a story time on like TikTok and go famous too myself.
Oh,
So
I love that.
Because I have a picture, so I have proof. Nobody can say I'm lying.
Yeah, that's
For me, I did a few stories. So there was one where I was in my previous work experience life. I had to escort Liza Minnelli somewhere. So that was pretty cool. I also had a chance to have a nice little chat with Busta Rhymes in the airport because he came over to me. That was pretty cool as well too. I know. I was
The
like,
airport.
yeah, in the airport. He came over to me and he was like, "I see you staring at me." I'm like, "Well, you are Busta Rhymes. People are gonna stare at you, right?" And Shay Mitchell. So for those of you, I have a niece that was watching Pretty Little Liars. I love that show. I her watching it with her. And then I had a chance to have some one-on-one time with Shay Mitchell. So that was pretty cool as well too, for those who's an actress. So there's a few sprinkles here and there. That's pretty cool. And my most important one, Nona, you know the story already. We've talked about this. People who know me very well know that I swoon over Bosma St. John. And I was bold enough late last year, or actually in October, to send her a little note. And while she was in the airport, she sent me 2 voice notes encouraging me with my business and my career. And I was sobbing. Because everybody knows how much on my vision board, if I were to hold it up, you'll see her face on there because I know that one day I'll meet her face to face. So Basma, if you're listening, can you follow us, please?
Just want. Can you follow?
I know. She's a branding expert and she's a badass boss for sure.
She's a badass boss. Yeah, that's her name on Instagram, right? Badass boss.
Yeah, badass boss.
Yeah.
Good. That was pretty fun. So next on our topic for our team meeting today, we have some key business to talk about. I'm going to hand it over to Diana because we have to do some prep for our co-op. We have some co-op students coming with us in September. Some schools have graciously selected us to be able to groom the next generation of project managers as well as videographers. And so then I'll hand it over to you, maybe just to kind of top up on some of the things that we should think about over the next month or so as we prepare for them.
Yeah, so we are thrilled to have this new co-op, let's say, program to start helping the other business in the branding and the business growth perspective. Also to help us on the podcast side, because with this also new project that we have inside of our business, we will need help, right? So we want to have those comprehensive resources in terms of editing, maybe in terms of administrative aspects, and also helping us with all the work that we have right now, because it's like amazing all the work that we have right now. So yeah, we are going to have 2 persons from the start of September, I think. So one of them is going to help us in that administrative aspect, and the other person is expert on editing, so it's going to be like in the podcast side. So in terms of expectations, I wanted to know, what are your expectations about it? Like how those persons could help us, or you imagine they could help us, and also what kind of preparation maybe we need to embrace this new program.
I suspect for having them from September to January is a big deal. I suspect that we'll probably will have more co-op students come through. So maybe what we can do is kind of just maybe document along the way as they're working with us what works well, so that when we do get approached from schools, we'll have sort of that job description of what they'll be working on. And I like what you said, Diana, between the project on the podcast and getting things going, as well as, you know, spending time with each one of you, right? So Kalea, you're running a lot of projects with other stakeholders as well too. Diana, you're all things branding, right? So maybe what we do is maybe a bit of a rotation. Maybe they spend a month with each one of you. So at least you also have some help. You're grooming them. You're having your own one-on-ones with them. Diana, if you don't mind, I would like both of those co-op students to report into you. But then they'll spend time, right, with None, with Kalea. You'll give them their work to do. And then I will leave it up to you guys to kind of document what they're doing, so that we can then debrief and come up with a really good program for co-op students. I think it's important that we pour into the next generation, right? They're coming up. I know I went to co-op when I was younger. I wanted to be a criminal lawyer, by the way, and I had a chance from while I was in high school to be the criminal lawyer, and while I went on to post-secondary education to also work with the same co-op, and I learned a lot about that. So I think let's make sure that whatever we're doing, we make it a rewarding experience for them. Yeah. Anything you want to add, Nona? I know for you, Nona, did you want to add on for your social media and your marketing piece?
Yeah, okay. For my social media marketing piece, we are trying to also add a little bit of fun activities to our social media, so it doesn't look like we're all about work. We're all about work, and we're also all about fun, so that you can have fun while you're working. And I think that way it makes it easier for people to easily achieve their goal, because now they're not stressed with, thinking of what to do or what things to do. So we're trying to put all of that into our social media. I'm going to take clips from our podcast to also make it fun. So I'll be using the editing person a lot, So basically what you said, Rhonda, is totally what I think our co-op students would default. And we would also do for them.
I'm just saying, I think it's a good thing, because personally, I'm still in school, and I know that when I was in high school, I didn't have experience project management outside of just like post-secondary. So I'm just kind of excited to be able to pass on some of my knowledge as someone who's a little bit younger and closer in age in them, to be like, hey guys, this is what I wish someone would have told me when I was your age. Let me tell you, as someone who's not that far away from you in age, but also a little bit older with a little bit more knowledge. So like, I'm really excited to see where it's going to take us for the next few months when we start, because I'll be starting back in school too. So I'm still going to be learning at the same time. So I think it's exciting. I'm excited.
Okay, so next on our agenda, I'm just watching the time as well too. The next on our agenda is lessons learned. Guys, we have two podcast episodes that are under our belt. Congratulations. Yay.
Yeah.
Right? I'm so proud of us. So we did our intro, and then we had Nadine Walker. What are some of the lessons that we learned? Maybe if we can just do a quick chat, maybe each person just talk about what they've learned so far, so that we can make sure that as we move forward onto our other ones, and as we know, lessons learned is very important in project management, right? Doing a retrospective, looking back at why or what happened is important. So Nona, did you want to kind of top us up with lessons learned?
Yeah, okay. So for the two podcasts, I mean, the first one was a huge success, because we didn't expect it to grow on so professionally like it started. We're hoping that we would start and then dibble and dabble along the way before we get it right. But I think we got it right from the first shot, which was great. But for the second podcast, I think Rhonda had a little bit of echo on it, and that's something we have been working on. Like even before we went on this particular meeting and podcast, we made sure, or we had all the noise cancellation, because that was the only thing that we could take away from there that wasn't exact. I mean, the echo eventually faded, but it was a little bit noticeable in the beginning. But apart from that, I think so far we have done great with the podcast, with launching, with pushing it when it comes to social media, and it's just been great so far.
Yeah, I think I would agree. I think um, experimenting more with audio, making sure that we have the right tools, right? Because when we're working, as we know in any business and anything you're doing, you have to have the right tools in order to be successful. And I think
Yeah.
we've grown so much since then. We've bought more tools, we've done different things. So I would agree with you there, Monet.
Yeah.
Diana?
Yeah. I will say that preparation is key. Like all the pre-work that we have been done with the questions, keeping the communication on point with the guest, all the things that we didn't quite realize at the beginning when we had this first idea. It's coming to life at the end. Like everything that we have done, it's going to help us to have this quality of podcast episodes that we have done. And
I like
I'm
that. I
proud
like
of
good, good. It is a problem. Pat yourself on the back. You guys,
Yeah.
honestly,
yeah,
the
all the
communication. I
teamwork.
mean, Kalea, yeah, and Kalea, you were leading, right? You were leading this particular project. I think what you said though was communication. We work really well together when it comes to written communication as well as
Yeah.
verbal. And I think I want to just call out Kalea, just say thank you for your documentation. Thank you, Diana, for your branding. And I see how you guys work together and how the work that you do is threaded together. So thank you very much for that communication piece. It's very, very strong. Anything to add,
I was
Kalea?
probably
Good
gonna
lessons
say
learned?
the same thing as Diana in the fact that the actual execution of the podcast, I think we've gotten like down pat, the interview format, stuff like that. But just the back end work that we probably didn't anticipate we were gonna have to do, or the length of how long it was gonna take and stuff like that. So I feel like it's just we all are good with time management, but we gotta double it by 10 and add 3 because it just all works so fast. And one moment you're deciding what the topic is going to be and the next you're recording, and I feel like in that time we all are just kind of adjusting to how timelines work, and it's probably not all what we thought, but I still think we're all doing a very good job at handling it. We haven't messed up or missed a week yet, so that's good. But I think it's just like it's a learning process. It's an agile project. Every week is a new feedback, a new lesson, and I feel like the only thing we really are adjusting to, which is natural, is just the back end things and getting processes in check so that next week maybe one part of something that we struggled with this week we don't have to, and as we progress it'll be perfect, because no project is perfect from the start. So we'll get there.
Yeah. Time management. I would agree. I think that we started off thinking, okay, we'll have a couple days to do this, and then once we were actually going through it, we're like, we're scrambling. And you know what? You guys all jumped on board when I was messaging you at 6 o'clock in the morning, and you guys were all like, yes, we're here. And I'm like, team, go team, right? So, so I would agree. I think that's a really key point that we can continue to improve on. And you're right, we are doing it agile. We are doing incremental improvements, and we're launching, and we're not waiting. And guess what, guys? Listen, we were supposed to launch at the end of August, and we launched, right? Many, many weeks in advance. So that just goes to show you that we're definitely putting on our project management hat. We're doing an agile approach. We're not waiting for it to be perfect. We are launching and improving as we go along, right? Good. Good. Okay, I'm gonna hand it, I guess it's over to me. Let's talk about what's coming up. We have a lot coming up. We have a few clients in the pipelines. We have some really interesting projects that we're working on as well too. We can't talk about them because we want to keep our clients confidential, but it's so exciting. We're looking forward to that. So we'll continue to have those meetings with clients to get their branding and their projects out the door. We know that we're having some vacation time. I want to give you guys a break because you guys have worked so hard. You know, some trips that are planned as well too, which is fantastic. And then of course, what's really important is that we show up and be good for our co-op students. And then None, I know you and I and Diana, we talked yesterday around our marketing and social media. What are some of the things that we can do to interject the fun and also to get ahead? So let's continue on having those one-on-one discussions. And what I don't want you guys to forget as well too is your own personal development. You guys know how I feel about personal development. Making sure that the plans that you have laid out, the ones that we talked about, that you are actually moving forward to it. And if you need anything from me to be able to push forward on that, please let me know, because we have some certifications coming on the pipe with you guys. I'm excited for project management certifications. I'm also going for another one as well too that I have to go back to school and study for. It's pretty exciting because change management is very important, but please don't forget about that. And then when we do have our break, we are totally detaching, resting. Because we've built the business the way it is, it will run on its own for a few weeks while we do take a break. Are there anything else for next steps that I've missed, Diana, Claire, and None?
No.
No,
Well,
no,
we are going to
okay.
continue with podcast episodes like
Yes,
Yeah.
that's not going to stop. It's too much
Yeah.
fun. And you know what? Our next one, we already know it's going to be Mindset Mastery, where I'm going to be teaching. I'm looking forward to that because that's definitely my element. So that's going to be a different spin in our podcast, which is going to be fantastic.
Something new.
Okay, I will hand it over. Something new, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The new
Yeah.
coming up.
Yeah. So Claire, did you want to just end us off with a
I
meeting?
would just like to say I think we're all doing very great with the podcast. We all know this is also my first project I've worked on since going to school for project management. So I'm very proud to call it my little baby. And I'm very happy to see that as much as I am enjoying working on it, everybody else is enjoying working on it, because it sucks when you really like something and then everyone else is like kind of forced to do it too. So it's really nice to have like the support from what I now call my seniors and mentors to support me through this project and the development of it. And it's now something that I'm able to even show my friends who don't really know much about project management and be like, I made this from what I'm doing. So I'm proud of myself and I'm proud of everyone. And I just want to say thank you for all of your help and your guidance that I've gotten these past few months throughout everything we've done.
Aw. Oh, you're so sweet. We're great. We're really proud of you
Yes.
too, Claire. Good job. Good job. Diane, do you have anything that you would like to top up on or anything that we missed?
No, I don't think so. I think
good.
we covered a lot of it in this meeting.
Yeah, we did cover a lot of ground, and yeah, I mean, this is the first company I'm working with where we're all like, like really together and really in sync with what everybody else is doing, because most times people are just mostly focused on their own projects and their own departments. But this one, everybody else chips in, and it makes, like I said earlier, it makes the work a whole lot fun and more easier to achieve.
Well, I'm just glad that number one, that we are letting our audience into our team meeting to see how we plan and strategize. And it's not just me in the Rhonda development team. This is our team. Our team is growing. And I don't know if I told you guys or not, but we have people who are inboxing us on social media asking us to join our team. Internationally too, right?
Yeah.
So we have 2 people internationally that have reached out and says, is there any way that I can just join your team or what you're doing? So we have some interviews coming up that I'm going to schedule for us, and some resumes for us to review. And honestly, I think that growing the team is good because it's only up from here, right?
Yes, only up.
Yeah. So be very proud of what you're doing. Okay, that's it. I think we gotta go, Claire. You have a
Yes.
client meeting to go to. We have work to do. So great meeting you guys. And if anything comes up, just message, right? And then we'll be able to respond and to go from there.
Perfect.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, thanks, guys.
Bye.
Have a
Thank
good
you
rest
so
of your
much.
week.
Have a good
Bye.
week.
Take
Bye.
care. Be safe. Thank you for tuning in to Rhonda Bennett Team's podcast. Don't forget to visit our website at www.rhondabennett.com for more resources, updates, and ways to connect with our amazing community. Until next time, keep striving for excellence and remember, your potential is limitless. Let's make it happen.